hours stand I cursed in the calendar. Without them coming.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trusted. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was't came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England!
Aye, my good lord.
In time thou anticipatest my dread exploits. Thy flighty purpose narrower took. From this moment on, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand, to crown my thoughts with axe. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the blade his wife, his babes, and all those unfortunate souls who trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed is done before this purpose cool.
Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied at Macbeth, Mary, who was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, and they must not walk too late. Who could not want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Don to kill the gracious father, damned in fact! Oh, it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the 2 delinquents tear them were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men tonight. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his feet, as that please heaven, he shall not. They should find which were to kill a father. The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the holy king, and upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts, and bake with bloody knives all which we pine for now. And this report had so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war. Fathered she is, and yet she's fatherless. Child, your father's dead. And what
will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
That's why I get eggs even Sunday.
Bird, thou didst never leave the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Birds they are not set for. My father is not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. Now how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 in any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell him again.
Thou speakst with all thy wit, and yet if ain't good wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, he swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Let us hang them.
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swears are fools, for there are liars and swears enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now, God help thee, poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If he were not, then it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest!
Bless you, fair dame.
I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you would take a holy woman's advice, be not found here, dance with your little ones. To frighten you thus, methinks I am too savage, to be worse you, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare by no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now, I am in this earthly world. But to do harm is often laudable, and to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified and such as thou mayest find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest!
No! He has killed me, Mother! I pray you, no! No!
Seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfallen birthright. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face.
What you have spoke, it may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil at an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance, even there where I did find my doubts, why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but my own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Farewell, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, and from here to gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my knife, my poor shall have even more vices than it had before. More suffer in sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know the particulars of vice so grafted that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth shall seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of everything that has a name. But there's no bottom. None in my voluptuousness and my desire all continent impediments could o'erbear. Better Macbeth than such in one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. But do not fear to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty.
With this there grows such a staunchless avarice that, were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels and his other's house, and my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious fruit, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet do not fear, as Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will. Of your mere own, all these are portable with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern, no, not to live! Oh, nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody scepter, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since that the truest issue of thy throne stands by his own interdiction accursed, and does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener on her knees than on her feet died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff. This noble passion, a child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth by these trains hath sought to win me into his power, but God above deal between thee and me. For even now I put myself to thy direction and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own, at no time broke my faith. My first false speaking was this I laid upon myself. What I am is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither, before thy here approach, old Seward, with 10,000 warlike men already at a point, was setting forth. Now all together, and our chance at goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. See, who comes here? My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps die or ere they sicken.
What's the newest grief?
Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
Tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No, they were at peace when I did leave them.
Be not ungenerous of your speech. How goes?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief weakness the rather, for I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers.
Be it comforted, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath offered us good sword and 10,000 men. An older and better soldier none thy Christendom gives out.
Would that I could answer this comfort with the like. But I have words that would be howled out into the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern then?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. Though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess with the heaviest sound they ever yet heard.
I guess at it.
Your homestead is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner on the quarry of these murdered deers to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven! Give sorrow words. Grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
All my children,
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
and I must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of this great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! Oh, my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, how kite all?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macbeth! They were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine, a slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Let not the heart enrage it.
Cut short all intermission, front to front. Bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my arm's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
Come. Go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for the shaking. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty has gone into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That which I will not report after her,
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
neither to you nor to anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes, this is her very guide, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually, 'tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
Well, now 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fine, my lord, fine. A soldier and a fear? What need we fear who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man would have so much blood in him? Do you mark that? The Thane of Fight had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You are all with this starting. Go to. Go to, you have known what you should not.
She has said what she should not. Lord knows what she has known.
Yet here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia could not sweeten this little hand. What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I have not a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out once grave. Even so, to bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, 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 give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed. Will she go now to bed? Directly. Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God, God, forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor. The English powers near led on by Malcolm, armed with Seward and the good Macbeth. Revenges burn in us for our dear causes would to the bleeding and grim alarms excite the mortified man.
Your burn of wood shall well meet them. That way they are coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunstan he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But, for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his time moves about him.
Within shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there.
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop glass.
So much as it needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our way towards Burma.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly on. To Burnhamwood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born a woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes. The mind I sway and heart I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee, thou cream-faced moon. Where dost that goose look?
There are 10,000
Peace, villain?
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overwhet thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Patch? Of thy soul, those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers, Wayface?
Malcolm's force, so please you.
Take thy fits hence. Seaton, I am sick at heart at what I behold. Seaton, I say. This push will cheer me ever or seat me now. I've lived long enough, and that which might accompany old age, such as love, honor, obedience, troops of friends, I wish not to have, but in their stead, curses not loud but deep. Satan!
What is your most gracious command, my lord?
What news more?
All is confirmed, except which is not reported.
I will fight till my bones, my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed.
I'll put it on. Send out more troops! Hang those that talk of fear! How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind disease? Pluck from the memory of rooted sorrow. Raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to herself.
Throw physic to the dog. I'll none of it. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. What's rhubarb kind or what's purgative drug would scour these forces hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
I will not be afraid of death in vain, till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here. We doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and barracks before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery her and report of us.
It shall be done.
Learn no wonder that the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less had given him the revolt. And none serveth him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event. Put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, certain issues, strokes, whose small trait. Towards which advance the war.
Hang the banners on the outward walls! The cry is still they come! Our castle strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine me as you eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we would have met them full, beard to beard, and sent them backward home! What is that noise?
It's the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgotten the taste of fears. Time it would have been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. My fellow dare dismissal treatise rouse. I have supped full with horrors, and my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
queen, my lord, is dead.